It was a quiet afternoon when Elon Musk decided to take a rare break from his busy schedule. The tech mogul, who was often consumed by meetings, engineering challenges, and big-picture ideas, craved a moment of normalcy. He decided to run an errand himself instead of delegating it. Slipping into his usual attire, a simple t-shirt, jeans, and a pair of sneakers, he headed to a high-end store to pick up a few essentials. To anyone else, Elon might have seemed like an ordinary guy, perhaps a tech enthusiast or a young professional. But what most people didn't realize was that this unassuming man was the driving force behind some of the world's most innovative companies. On this day, however, his fame and fortune remained hidden beneath his casual demeanor. Browsing the aisles. As Elon entered the store, the scent of polished wood and expensive colognes wafted through the air. Shelves were lined with high-end products, each glimmering under soft, warm lighting. He strolled through the aisles with purpose, occasionally stopping to examine an item before adding it to his basket. He enjoyed moments like this, a chance to disconnect from the relentless pace of his life and engage in something as mundane as shopping. It grounded him, reminded him of his early days, when he was just a young entrepreneur trying to make ends meet. After about 15 minutes, Elon had everything he needed. He headed to the checkout counter, where a young cashier was scanning items for another customer. She looked up briefly as he approached, offering a perfunctory nod before returning to her task. The cashier's doubt. When it was Elon's turn, he placed his items on the counter. The cashier began scanning them, her movements efficient but detached. As she tallied up the total, her gaze shifted to Elon's outfit. Plain, unremarkable, and far removed from the polished looks of the store's usual clientele. "These are pretty expensive," she said, her tone polite but tinged with doubt. Elon blinked, momentarily taken aback. "That's fine," he replied evenly. The cashier hesitated, glancing from the items to him. "Are you sure you can afford these?" she asked, this time with a faint smile that bordered on condescension. For a moment, Elon said nothing. He wasn't used to being questioned like this, but he could feel irritation bubbling beneath the surface. Still, he kept his voice calm. "Yes," he said, his tone clipped. The total and the revelation. The cashier continued scanning the items, her expression skeptical. When she finished, she announced the total, the number clearly meant to impress or intimidate. Elon simply nodded and pulled out his wallet. He handed her his credit card, and as she took it, her eyes flicked to the name engraved on it, Elon Musk. Her fingers froze mid-motion. The colour drained from her face as the name registered in her mind. She looked up at him, her expression a mixture of shock and horror. You're Elon Musk?" she stammered. "Yes," Elon said, his tone neutral. The cashier's cheeks flushed red. Her earlier confidence vanished, replaced by awkward embarrassment. "Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't mean to—" she started, fumbling over her words. Elon raised a hand to stop her. "It's fine," he said, though his eyes betrayed his annoyance. "But maybe next time, don't judge someone by how they look." They walked back to the car. As Elon gathered his items and walked out of the store, he couldn't help but reflect on the encounter. This wasn't the first time he'd been underestimated because of his casual appearance, and he knew it wouldn't be the last. Despite his vast wealth and influence, Elon had never felt the need to flaunt his success. His focus was on solving big problems, revolutionizing transportation, exploring space, and accelerating the transition to sustainable energy. Not on wearing designer clothes or projecting an image of opulence. But moments like this reminded him of a frustrating truth. Society often places too much emphasis on appearances. It wasn't just about him. It was about a broader issue, a tendency to make snap judgments based on surface-level observations. A lesson for all. For the cashier, the encounter was a humbling experience. She had learned, in the most embarrassing way possible, that wealth and success don't always come wrapped in designer labels or flashy accessories. The man she had doubted could have bought the entire store without batting an eye. For Elon, it was a moment that reinforced his belief in focusing on substance over style. He didn't need to prove his worth through outward appearances. His work, his vision, and his accomplishments spoke for themselves. Aftermath. That evening, as Elon recounted the story to a close friend, they couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. "You should have bought the store just to prove a point," his friend joked. Elon chuckled but shook his head. "What would that solve?" he replied. "I'd rather people learn not to judge others in the first place." Conclusion. Elon Musk's shopping trip may have started as an ordinary errand, but it ended as a lesson in humility and the dangers of making assumptions. The cashier's initial skepticism turned into embarrassment, and Elon's calm yet firm response became a reminder of the importance of treating everyone with respect, regardless of appearances. For Elon, the incident was just another chapter in a life filled with challenges and triumphs. For the cashier, it was an unforgettable moment, a chance to reflect on the power of kindness, humility, and an open mind. And for the rest of us, it's a story that reminds us to look beyond the surface, because you never know who might be standing in front of you.